guys, these are the ingredients to prepare my lasagna, an original Italian recipe. Let's see them in detail. This is minced meat. It must be more or less 1 kilo for a generous portion of ragu. 2 carrots, a red tropia red onion, a few stalks of celery, 2 bottles of 700 grams of tomato sauce each one, and then some white wine to deglaze the sauce. These are the ingredients for the ragu, which is the star of my lasagna. Okay. Now I take a cutting board and I start peeling the carrots. As you can see, I use a potato peeler and I peel very carefully. I am being careful not to hurt me. And I peel. Then I take this knife to cut the ends of the carrots, and then I cut this carrot into pieces to be able to put them in the food processor. I do the same with the second carrot. Now I take my onion. I cut the ends of my onion. Then I cut it, roll it into rounds and pieces. In this way. Now I put all my vegetables inside the mixer, and I'm using a 888 by Can Food. And once the vegetables have been put into the food processor, I chop them. I do short taps because I don't want a smoothie, but simply small pieces like this. Now I turn on the gas at medium heat, and I put a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil inside a non-stick pan. I put the vegetable for the saute, and I give a quick stir fry. I let them fry a ingredients together, and I brown the meat well before adding the other ingredients. This is a step that I always do carefully in order to chop the meat very well. Now I let it brown well, and then I deglaze it with a drop of wine, and I add also a pinch of salt. Don't forget to deglaze with the wine. The quantity of the salt is according to your taste. Now I add the 2 bottles of tomato sauce. If you find in your country the sauce mutti, I recommend it because it's excellent, really excellent, sweet and tasty with only Italian tomatoes, very good. At this point I mix very well the sauce with the meat, with the vegetables, and I assure you that the parfum is amazing. As you can see, I haven't put much olive oil because the meat will release its fat. Don't you worry. Okay, continue to mix. And now I put the lid on my pan and let the sauce cook for 3 hours. The more it cooks, the better it tastes. 3 hours. After 3 hours, the ragu looks like this. The tomato has shrunk and the meat has released fat, making it very tasty and fantastic for lasagna or for pasta or everything you want. Oh, it's amazing. Now I move on the preparation of the pasta with only 2 ingredients. 200 grams of flour 00 or 0 like this one, and 2 organic eggs. And I also add a little salt, but it depends on how tasty the sauce is. I weighed the 200 grams of flour and I put it in the mixer. I don't remember the name of this mixer. I added the 2 medium eggs, organic eggs, and a pinch of salt. Okay. I start mixing these 3 ingredients: flour, eggs, and salt. As you can see, the pasta is ready, and although it looks like a small love to make many sheets of pasta. I take a small amount of it, I flatten it, and then I pull it with the gumboot kneader. Then I hook into the mixer. I start from the first measure and then I increase the number to obtain a super thin sheet. Measure 3, then measure 4, and then I increase the number and I reach measure 6. Fresh made pasta is amazing because the texture is soft and it has a genuine taste. I do the same process with the many other dough bowls. As you can see, this is my second bowl. You always have to go gradually with the dough sheeter because you can't go from a wide to a narrow thickness because you risk to piercing the dough. So increase the number gradually. I switch to the bechamel preparation and I show you the ingredients. I take 500 ml of fresh whole milk, 50 grams of flour, the nutmeg as required depending on your taste, and 50 grams of butter. Okay, now I start preparing the bechamel. Taking a pan, I put the butter in this non-stick pan. I melt it and I add the flour, mixing well with the silicone whisk. Once this butter is browned, I add the whole milk. All 500 ml. And now, very patiently, I work this mixture with the whisk until the sauce thickens. If you want, you can also add a pinch of salt. I continue to work this mixture until I get a semi-liquid bechamel. Now I'm ready to assemble the lasagna. I make a first layer of meat sauce. Then I put my sheets of pasta. Trying to cover every single corner. I put some ragu again. Then a layer of bechamel, a layer of Parmesan cheese, in all the corners, and then I start again with the pasta. Remember, it's fresh made pasta, so the shape of the sheets isn't perfectly rectangular, so you have to be creative. I go on with other layers with my ragu, bechamel, in this way, bechamel, and Parmesan cheese, like this. It smells amazing. I continue with my layers. It's hypnotic. I really love cooking. Lasagna. In total, I make 7 layers of pasta. Very high lasagna. This is the last one I show you, and I finish with a layer of ragu bechamel and on the top the Parmesan cheese. That will create a delicious crust. Now I bake the lasagna after preheating the oven to 180 degrees. Here you see 15 minutes on the clock, but in total it stayed in the oven about 25 minutes. That's it. Look how beautiful it is with this delicious crust on the top. It's amazing. I proceed to the cut. Soft but crunchy on the top. Look at these 7 layers of pleasure. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you will do my recipe. Let me know in the comment if you will try it at home. A big kiss, and see you for the next Italian recipe.